Um, Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Uvo Honorable with Real Relation Television. Today, we have a very important personality in the house. Her name is Tobore and Emorhokpor. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
It's interesting. I got to see some pictures that you placed on Facebook, and I could see the passion with which you were concerned about the oppressed. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, you don't like oppression, and you don't want anybody around you or anybody you know to be oppressed. And I could see the passion. How did you get involved in this ministry?
Well, I've always had a passion for children right from growing up, and I knew that it was something I was going to do eventually, but I was not sure how I was going to get started. But I've been hearing stories of abuse on Facebook, a lot of stories, but there was one particular story 3 years ago I saw where a little girl was raped and her family refused to get justice. She was raped and she died. And her family instead took money from the abuser and decided to cover the whole thing up. And that was what set me off. And I said, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not just going to read these stories and just say how sad they are and do nothing about it. I'm going to start from where I am. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet, but let me just do something. Let me just try. And that was how I started the page End Child Sexual Abuse in Nigeria.
So you heard about, is it Ochanya? Was that the name of the child?
No, Ochanya was 2 years ago. This was 3 years ago. So there were loads of other people before Ochanya's case came up. When I first heard about Ochanya, no one had heard about it. It was just going on quietly. And the Guardian was speaking to me about what was going on. And it got to a point I realized I couldn't handle this on my own. We needed to blow it up. That was when I called on some of my activist friends, Ukan Kuru and Defunke Adewumi. We came together and we blew it up. And we were trying to get justice with FIDA when Ochanya then died, and that was when it then became a nationwide campaign.
What's the name of that page? What is it called? End
Child Sexual Abuse in Nigeria.
Do you ask for members? So how does it work?
So we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on Twitter. People join up the group. What I really want and what I really need is for people to report cases of abuse. So people come inbox anonymously. They come inbox, they give me the cases, they tell me the details of the child or the woman going through abuse. And then I pass it on to my colleagues who are in Nigeria, because I'm not based in Nigeria. So I work closely with quite a few NGOs based in Nigeria. I've mentioned two people already, Defunke Adewumi of Black Diamond Support Foundation. I work with Ukan Kuru. I work also with Pat Isiro Eletu. Her NGO is called Inclusive Social Welfare and Empowerment Foundation. I also work with Behind Bars Initiative by Harrison Gwamnishu and Project Alert by Josephine Efa Chukwuma. So these foundations, whenever I get cases that need physical attention, I pass the cases on to them. They send people to go visit with the victims or survivors. And I also work with Toyin as well. And the Toyin Taiwo Ojo, her NGO as well helps a lot for rescue of children in Lagos State.
Why the passion? Has it happened to someone close to you? Out of your pain comes a message.
Well, I was surrounded by domestic violence growing up, and it did affect me quite a bit, which is one of the reasons why I don't want to see any child go through that. I think most women think, oh, I'm going to stay in this marriage because of my children. But I say to them, you need to leave this marriage because of your children. You're thinking you're protecting them by staying with your abuser, but instead you're not protecting them. It's the opposite. You're destroying them by staying with the abuser. They see you being beaten and belittled every day. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. You cannot be the best mother to them. And then also, you do not have time to look after them, to talk to them. They cannot confide in you. When people do, they then go to people outside who then take advantage of them and sexually abuse them because they know there is no comfort at home. Having said that, it can happen to any child. And so most people trust uncles, aunties, friends, relatives. And my message to them is, yes, be careful. Close to your children. Teach them their body parts. So apart from rescuing people that have been abused, I also teach signposts. So a lot of people are going through a lot and they do not know who to reach out to. So I also tell them, okay, where are you? If I ask them where they live, I can then send them to the right people who can actually help them.
I mean, here, friends, we're talking about abuse, things that can be going on mostly without your knowledge. And when all parties involved know what is happening and nobody agrees to say anything. How someone is being abused in your house and you are aware, the wife is aware, and she wouldn't say anything. How does that happen? It's
that thing of shame for women, and this is what we are trying to step back from. Women have been trained that, to be successful, you have to be married. So they will do anything to keep that marriage, even when it's obvious that there is no marriage to hold on to. They will do anything to remain there. So sometimes when children tell their mothers, their aunties, their sisters, this is what is happening to me, they shut them up. There was a child, she had a learning disability. She was saying to her grandma, who she was living with, that, look, these people are raping me. And her grandmother said to them, no, keep quiet, it's an abomination. I mean, how do you help people when the people that are meant to protect and care for them refuse to open their eyes to their situations? Which is why I say to them, people, report to me, tell me, give me the details, and I will keep you anonymous. No one will know you're the one that reported. It's my name that will be out there, because also people are scared of their own safety. They don't want to report, and then the abusers now come for them. So what I do is I give you that anonymity. I help cases come up to the front without you being in trouble.
This is, I mean, are you only talking about, does it involve male children as well as female? So,
yes. Every child is important. Boys and girls, you have to watch both of them. You cannot just watch only the girl child, because boys are being raped. I've heard of a trafficking ring right now in Lagos that are doing this to boys, but we were unable to move forward because the lady that first contacted me and gave me the information, her brother was being raped, but she has refused to move forward because her parents told her to let go. I've tried to cajole her into giving me more information, but she has refused. And there's nothing we can do. We cannot save these children until somebody actually speaks up about it.
From what age?
Once your child can speak, you start to teach your child the right names of the body parts. This is your penis, this is your vagina. Do not be ashamed, because when you give them funny or pet names, that's what abusers pick on. They say, oh, come, let me touch your pee-pee, and it doesn't sound so bad to them. You have to get your children to know these are their body parts, and they have to know that it is for them only. They are private parts, and they are only for them. So as young as 18 months, you can start talking to them about those parts. I've told my little babies, I said to them, this is yours, only you touch it. I said, if somebody gives you a sweet, do you let them touch it? And they shout, no. I said, good. And I said, you tell mommy and daddy, okay? And they go, okay. But you have to be careful with any babies, because we've had a case of where a 6-month-old was raped. We've had where 10-month-old babies have been raped. There was a case that really haunted me. A 10-month-old baby was brought into a hospital at night. When they looked into the nappy, they noticed that the baby was not able to control the poo.
Oh, my
God.
God.
The nurse immediately knew that something was wrong. But instead of her to raise the alarm and get this child checked and treated, what she did was she told the mother to go instead to a general hospital. They did not want that on their hands. So the mother left with her baby. Now, it was the nurse's daughter that made a post on Facebook. And when she made this post, I said to her, can you speak to your mom? I need the details of this woman and her child. The child would need to be rescued, because obviously the mother has not been keeping a good eye on the child. This child has obviously been raped, and now the anal sphincter is not holding up. We need to be able to get the child treatment, and we need to find out who is doing this to this baby. The girl spoke to her mom, and her mom said she wants to have nothing to do with it, and she cannot give us any details. And that was how that case went.
The description of what you are talking about is making me really, really angry. To see there are depraved people out there in our world, men and women out there who are depraved and abusing young children.
Yes.
And I just can't imagine. I know we are in a lockdown. We're supposed to be talking about how, but just the thoughts that a little child. So what redress? What does the law? So you have informed your child. You are talking to your child, and your child comes to tell you that someone is touching you in a place. Because first of all, you have to, like you said, you have to inform your child. Let them know that these things, nobody is allowed to do this to you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And from the age of, as soon as your child is able to speak, you want to be able to tell your child, this belongs to you, and you got to call it the right name. This is your penis, and nobody is supposed to touch it. Nobody is supposed to give it a pet name. You need parents. I need you guys. What can someone do? Someone that knows. I know. Welcome. We have Micheline. We have Helen. We have Pat on the call. Thank you guys for coming. 2-year-old comes to tell you that as my lesson teacher is doing this to me. What should a parent do?
So immediately take your child to the nearest sexual assault referral centers. There's one in most states in Nigeria. You just go into Google and type in sexual assault referral center, and you get the one closest to you. Take the child there for them to have a check. So the doctor will do a check to check to see if there's been anything done there. Once they'll give you a medical report, and then you go straight to the police station and you make a report. It would also be good to get a lawyer as well, so that the person can't be picked up.
What if they don't have the resources? Most of this thing happens in the poor, what happens in the village? This is like an urban center you're talking about. Well, if someone happening in the villages or whatever, you don't have money, they don't have any influence, what can they do?
This is why they now get in touch with people like me and other NGOs I've mentioned earlier on. All of us will pick up the cases and will handle it for you. So you either send a message to me, or you can contact any of the other NGOs. There will be a list of all of them. Any problems, you can contact them. They will pick up the cases for you. If you let me know, I'll refer you to the right one in your city, because each one works in a different state. And then they will pick up the case for you. They will make sure you get legal representation and make sure the case is seen through to the end.
I need to put it out there. There's a site that you can go to. I'm going to pull it up. We're going to get there, at least, for some level of anonymity. People don't want to, some people don't just want people to know what is going on. But so you can, they'll offer you some kind of anonymity, so you can say exactly, you don't have to keep quiet. We have an opportunity to talk to our children in a manner that, tell me about this. Afraid. I don't know if any child is going to be watching this, but you don't have to be afraid if something is happening. Somebody told me that a guy tells the little girl, I'm going to kill you if anybody knows.
Yes.
Is that familiar?
Yes, they do. They threaten. Some go the way of love and say, I love you. This is between me and you. This is you showing me how much you love me. Do you love me? And the child says yes. So you have to then keep doing this with me. This shows our love. Some go the other way and say, no one will believe you. And if you tell anybody, I will kill you and I will kill your mom. So that fear keeps the child from saying anything.
I want you to know that I will not fear. I'm going to play a song, later on as we go on. I told myself, even in this lockdown situation, we're in a lockdown, people are afraid of what's going to happen tomorrow. And here we are talking about things that are making children cringe. We are in a lockdown situation. What do you think would happen? A child who is already in that kind of situation and it's a lockdown, would the child be safe now that both parents or wherever everybody's at home? Or do you think, have you had any reports?
Well, the cases have doubled all over the world. Cases have doubled of abuse. So right now, we have some steps for women who are in abusive situations. I'll say for the women first. If you know that you've been abused, and now you're in this lockdown, the first thing to do is get the number of someone you trust that you can send a code word to, and then that word lets them know they need to call the police or they need to come and get you. You need help. Do not keep quiet. Do not feel shame. You have nothing to be ashamed of. So do not keep quiet. Get a code that you can send to someone like house or something to let them know that you're in trouble and they need to get help to you, and find a safe place to hide. For the children, try to be around people a lot. Maybe try to stay with someone, or even just speak up. If you speak up, and if you speak to the first person, they do not believe you, they refuse to listen to you, find somebody else. Don't keep quiet. Keep talking until you find somebody who will listen to you and get you the help that you need. Right now, the resources are a bit limited due to the lockdown. Some of the government agencies are not available, but we can still try our best for you. I know that some of the NGOs are contacting, some of them have been able to help even in this lockdown. Inclusive Social Welfare and Empowerment Foundation has been able to help 3 domestic violence victims that have referred to them in this lockdown period. So don't feel like because it's a lockdown, nobody will be able to help you. People are there and they can do a lot for you. Black Diamonds as well has also helped with another case of where we had a family of 6 children, and they looked like they were severely malnourished, and even in lockdown they were able to go there and get the children food. So there are people that can still help you. There are many NGOs that are still working hard throughout this lockdown. We can help you. Just speak to somebody, get the message out there.
I know we're in a lockdown and most people are in a dire situation, and we're talking about the social effect, the social impact of the COVID-19, and this is it. People are locked down and there's hunger, there's poverty, there's abuse going on because kids are not in school, they are available in this, and they are running around, they are looking for food and they don't have enough supervision. Can you believe that? I'm going to show you some clips of where we are. We are just in Kaduna, in Abuja, in Lagos, in Warri, in Port Harcourt, feeding children, and there's nothing like social distance. Children are roaming around without parental guidance most of the time. So most of these kids, we wrote a song called Rescue Me. Tobore, I wrote a song called Rescue Me, and somebody said, why are you saying rescue me? I should confess. Maybe I should say, I know who I am, or something, some kind of good song that feels good. But what? Somebody is in pain and is asking for rescue. What is wrong with that? Can you tell me? Should people ask for rescue?
They can and they should. There should be no shame. Nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be afraid of. It's the abusers that are meant to feel shame, not the victims. So I really try to speak to people to push that shame, push it off of yourself and push it back to the person that should be ashamed. Not you, the victim, survivor. The abuser is the one that's meant to feel shame for what they are doing.
You can, we are here to say you can ask God to rescue you. You can ask people to rescue you. You can ask end child abuse, sexual abuse in Nigeria. You can ask that group. You can ask somebody, come and rescue me. I need you to listen to this, and we'll be back.
Let the rain fall to mend my broken heart. Let the rain fall to wash my tears away. Let the rain fall to make my heart anew. Let the rain fall. Let the rain fall. I'm hurting, I don't know where to turn. I'm broken, oh I'm broken, someone tell me it's a dream. I'm hurting, oh I'm hurting, who will rescue me? Yes, oh Buddha, yes, oh Buddha. Piazza. You happen to bath, rain down my righteousness. Let the clouds shower it down. Oh yes, let the earth open wide. Oh, let salvation spring out right now. Oh, 'cause I'm hurting, I don't know where to turn. I'm broken, someone tell me it's a dream. I'm hurting, oh I'm hurting, who will rescue me? Piazza puta, piazza puta, piazza puta, piazza puta.
Oh, yeah, piazza puta. Oh, piazza puta.
Yeah,
Piazza puta.
yeah. Kuzokutene tieni, kuzokutene kamu, kuzokutene tieni, kuzokutene kamu.
Kuzokutene kamu, kuzokutene tieni, kuzokutene kamu.
This song has just awakened something in me, and I'm going to call on Pat. Pat, can you hear me? Pat, broke my heart when you think about children going through that kind of thing. And when a child is going through that, I think the mom is going through that, whether she accepts it or not. You know, even for those who are in denial, who don't want to, you know, can you imagine that you couldn't protect your child? Have you had? Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, you're correct, because we do say it all the time. It's not just the impact on the mother or the husband or whoever the victim is, because sometimes men are abused as well. It's the impact it has on the child, and that's the key thing. The emotional impact that lives with the child for a long time, you know, and it goes on to, especially in their formative years, when they witness that, they feel, oh, it's okay to accept what is going on, it's acceptable, and they go on to live that life and then manifest in their adult life. So yes, it's concerning.
I mean, you know, there are some things like we're talking about, you know, having that kind of discussion with your parents. You know, most of us never were growing up. I mean, we lived in a safe place, so there was really no, you know, but I'm sure stuff were going on that people could not talk about, you know. But today we are saying you need to talk, we need to come out, you know, and, you know, domestic abuse. And we're going to go to the terms of domestic abuse in terms of the women. You know, what is happening right now? We're in a lockdown situation. I saw a clip on the internet. I don't know if he was staged, and where the man and it was harassing his wife on the streets. It seemed like an act, but I think it's happening, because this is a guy that normally goes to work. You know, he goes away from the home. He stays like 7-8 hours and comes back home, so he has some time. But now everybody's at home. And he's like, I can't stand you. I can't stand your wife right with you, and you're telling you I can't stand you, and before you know it, they're fighting. I mean, people were laughing on people were cracking jokes, but these guys were throwing sticks. The children were fighting the father. The mom was throwing sticks, and I mean, it's just crazy. Have you had any incidents in this lockdown period?
Tobore knows I've been extremely busy, more than you can imagine. in the last couple of weeks, it's even the pressure, it's gone high, gone off the, really, not just even in the UK, in Nigeria as well. Because I'm kind of opportune to have the NGO set up in Nigeria and in UK. So when I've been in partnership with a lot of the NGOs, what seems to be coming out is a lot of the pressure. And I did say it at the beginning of the lockdown. I said, we're putting the perpetrator and the victims together. You're looking for trouble. And that is pressure cooker. You know, when you put something in a pressure cooker, they're not able to go. And they will have to find a way to let out that pressure. How would they do it? Is by exploding. So whereby the man, like you rightly say, goes to work 9 to 5. By the time he comes back, he's tired, he eats, he goes to bed, he ignores whatever the woman is saying. Or the poor woman down the street in wherever in Lagos or in Abuja selling granuts. By the time she gets home, she's tired. You understand? She just wants to look after the children and go to bed. But now you're telling everybody sits at home. There's this pressure because you can't look at each other. And again, the most out of statistics says that 30%, 40% of the reasons why we have DV in most homes, I mean, in our referrals, most of the referrals we get, there's always the issue of finance. Where you have the physical, the emotional, which is the mental, yes, of course, the sexual is there, but there's always finance. It's always there because money is never enough, or the man is not bringing enough money, she's not bringing enough money. So that's a lot. And then with the lockdown, that doesn't help as well. I spoke to Tobore about this. We did discuss this. We're back and forth. We're constantly looking at ways of how do we mitigate some of these issues. Like she's right. She gave us 3 referrals in the last 3 weeks. And most of the 3 referrals that have come to our session from her is about finance. I'm sure she will confirm that. She's, you know, it's all about finance.
Money is an issue, and we live in a day where, you know, today, because of the COVID-19, money is failing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's reduced income, and sometimes when you have money, you can't. Initially, the stores you couldn't find food to buy, even though you had money. I was watching a clip yesterday from Abuja of a bank opened, and you had thousands of people outside the bank, because these guys were not even concerned about COVID-19 anymore. They were not concerned about being infected. There's no money at home, and it's causing problems. My children need to eat. I would rather just die. Let COVID-19 kill me. Give me some money. I don't care. Tobore, what I saw some statistics that the British government is spending 75 million US pounds just to solve some of those domestic violence issues. I mean, this is what, as a government, they are, giving money. So what is happening? Is there anything like that in Nigeria?
In Nigeria,
I think that's best you answer that. Is there any money?
In Nigeria, the governments have said that they are giving out palliatives to people, but I'm not sure how exactly they're doing that, so I can't comment on that. But what I know that a few of us, Pat included, myself, and a few other people, we have put money together, and we are all helping people in different places. I mentioned about Ndidi Taiwo Ojo earlier on. She has given out food to homes and to people with special needs. Dave Funke of Black Diamonds Foundation has also given out food. I have also given out food to over 200 families. Pat too has given out food to families. All of us have put out fundraisers at different points of time, just asking people to help us so that we can help others. And people have really pulled together. I asked who has 5K to give one family, and someone said I do, and then that person gave 5K to one family. Another person said I have 5K. They give to another family. So we got people sharing their finances, their food stuff amongst themselves. People have really gotten up and really looked out for each other. Some people have given 5K to. They buy food and then they share that with their neighbors. So people have really pulled together at this time.
It's something that we cannot. We just have to be a part of. Because when you look at it, I ask myself. Every time I ask myself, what can I do? What can I do? As I'm an individual, what can I do? I don't have the resources. I'm asking myself, what can I do? I have a camera, I have some lights, I have a computer, I can do something. You know, so
Yes.
like 3 weeks ago, I asked myself, Uvo, what can you do? Because there's no way I'm not going to keep quiet. I don't have the money to feed, 10,000 people, but I have a mouth. I have Facebook friends. What are my friends for? You know,
Yes.
so I went online, and this was what I put together.
Healing Hands Health Society, in collaboration with our in-country partners, present Feed the Hungry Nigeria. Nigeria is on lockdown. With this stay-home order, hunger will be on the rise. We cannot fold our hands and wait. We have partnered with caterers and non-profit organizations to distribute food in Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, Kaduna, Warri, and other major cities in Nigeria. To support the Feed the Hungry FTH project, you can send your donations to the account below. Account name Healing Hands Health Society. Account number 0803479982, or go to GoFundMe Relief Mission to Nigeria. For sponsorship, please call 080-2322-9290 or email us at info@hhan.org.
Country, I realized that most people were giving money to the government.
Yeah.
People were giving.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing about it all, because
to the government and allowing the government to distribute the money. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I mean, the irony of it all is I don't think anybody, even in the UK or in America, I don't think we all saw this coming in terms of the COVID-19 happening. And we didn't think there was not a plan in place to look at, for one, the mental health of people. They didn't look at the issue of DV. Like I said, they didn't even look at the fact that, okay, when people are locked down, what's going to happen? How are we going to look after them? So all of this, but again, like you rightly said, the government, UK, quickly recognized this. They're pumping funds into the domestic violence victims. And I'm sure they're going to pump in funds for, even they're doing for NHS, so I'm sure they will do for mental health. But the sad thing and the downside of it all is that what's happening to us in Nigeria, even before the COVID-19, it was hell. It was a struggle to even get funds for people to even actually understand that we NGOs here, like yourself and myself and Tobore, even ambassadors that who care about, who are passionate about domestic abuse, they just struggle to get funds. So even now, what I had to do exactly what you did as well was I sat down, the number of calls that was coming in. There are women that we have rescued who are in a secret hideout. We've got men too, we've got children who, like yourself, we said earlier, who've been abused, young people who were taken away in a secure place. They all said, man, we have to go back home because we can't cope. So I'm thinking, all this hard work we have done to get you out of this safe thing, you're not going to be tempted to go back again. Then we'll start all over again. All that's working together with the police and the area commander and the courts, all of that is going to go down the drain. So I said, you know what, let me try my best. What I can do is reach out to my friends, like you rightly did as well. I had to reach out to my friends, reach out to colleagues, and honestly, even GoFundMe wasn't really, because some of them, you know, we Africans and our mentality, they were not too sure about the funding of the interest of GoFundMe, but individually they would say, send me your account. And that's helped. And those are the things that I was able to now use to put back. And I really thank them. They've done fantastic. I think 2 of them are online as we speak. Name and shame them. Tracy is online. She's passionate like Tobore. She's one of the ambassadors of Inclusive. We got Michelle as well. She's got Destiny Beyond Scars, our NGO. So they too all rally around to support me, you know. And it's been a tough one. So what I want to say in conclusion, to conclude with you, sir, is you have a platform, the camera, the videos, and all that. Please make some more noise for us.
No, sincerely, that's the reason I'm out here today. I'm asking, you know, I already have a figure, and I'm going to start with someone. I'm going to start with 100,000. We're going to start with 100,000 today and see, you know, we have friends out there who listen. You know, this is Uvo. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been,
fantastic.
Oh, this is my life. You know, so I have no other life to live but to we have that song called Rescue Me. 100% of the proceeds of that song goes into all these outreaches. So if all we need, and the song is $1, $1. All we need to get somebody to buy that, download it on iTunes, on Apple Music, and 100% of that song goes into this cause. We're going to say for the month of May, every sale we get goes into your NGO. And we're going to start with I hope I'll be able to get some folks out there to give up to 100,000 naira at least. It's something. Let's start from somewhere. But you know, Tobore, you're going to get 100,000 from us this week.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Yes. That should take care of somebody. That should take care of some soul out there. Whatever it takes. I know we can do more. So I went to Facebook. I like Facebook because my friends. You know, I went to Facebook. And it makes me want to cry. I went to Facebook and I said, guys, I need money to feed people. I made this video that you just saw, and I said, I want to feed people in Nigeria. And they sent me $2,000.
Wow.
I mean, $2,000, it doesn't seem like much.
Wow. I know one that would go a long way.
Compared to zero, it's much.
$2,000, and this was what $2,000 did. So that's why I know, you know, so if you go to church, you know, this is really, I don't know what they preach in your church, but this is it. This scripture or whatever it is, this is religion. This is what true religion is.
Yes.
You know, if you are fasting, this is what you should be fasting about. This is what church should do. You know, Isaiah 58. You go to, he said, this is fasting. Take care of people. You know, I just want to play a little clip here. Just watch this and see what $2,000 did.
I believe in you. You believe in me. I believe I can, 'cause you told me so. I believe in you. You never failed me yet. Never let me down. It's to you I run when I'm so afraid. I believe in you. You are the potter, Lord, and I am the clay. My life's got meaning now because of your grace. I am the miracle that formed when the blood from your side, when it touched the air. I believe in you. You believe in me. I believe I can, 'cause you told me so. I believe in you. You never failed me yet. Hallelujah. Never let me down. It's to you I run when I'm so afraid. afraid. I believe in you. You are the potter, Lord, and I am the clay. My life's got meaning now because of your grace. I am the miracle that formed when the blood from your side, when it touched the air. I believe in you. You believe in me. I believe I can, 'cause you told me so. I believe in you. You never failed me yet. Never let me down. Oh no, no, oh no. It's to you I run when I'm so afraid. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, I believe in you. Mm.